I'm Cape Joel, and this next great comic book video has been brought to you in part by the fine folks over at Trendy Butler. By now you probably know all about Trendy Butler, how they help me up my wardrobe game every month, and they can do the exact same for you. Head on down to the link below, check them out. They offer very affordable plans for very nice clothes. Take the hassle out of shopping, and be sure to tell them your old pal Cape Joel sent you. And with that, let's get to the video, shall we? Eddie Brock managed to save the planet Earth from Knull's invasion, but at what personal cost to himself? Well, let's hop into the pages of Venom issue number 7 and find out for ourselves, shall we? Alrighty then, so picking up from where more or less the last issue left off, we see a brand new covert government agency tasked with cleaning up symbiotes show up to the scene where Eddie had his final battle with Knull. Basically, you can add these guys right here to the ever-growing list of shieldless shield organizations. They take Eddie into captivity, and he's clearly with them for a long time because he grows a sick full beard. Now, unlike other groups that have tried to control and or weaponize the symbiote, this group is actually led by someone quite familiar, someone who is a legitimate genius. It's Reed Richards, but no, not the one you're thinking of. It's the Maker, aka the evil Ultimate Universe Reed Richards, and one of the few people who are still alive after the Ultimate Universe's destruction. Slow clap for Donny Cates, everyone, for remembering this character exists. You figure he would have been way more important now than he's actually been. What does the Maker want? Well, what does any evil villain want? A sample of the god symbiote, but he makes it very clear that he doesn't want it for himself and that he is merely working for an even larger, more mysterious villainous collective called Project Oversight. It's clear that the Maker has done his homework on the Venom symbiote. In fact, he knows stuff about it that no one knows about, like that green slime that comes from Eddie's mouth when he's transformed. Yeah, that's how the costume circulates its waste. Ooh. That's some of the grossest retconning I think I've ever heard. I love it. Maker further goes on to try and drive a wedge between Eddie and his symbiote friend, saying that maybe at the end of the day he doesn't know his alien costume as well as he thought he did. You see, here's the thing. They didn't quite pick him up right after the battle. Eddie was actually on the run for a couple weeks, and he ran all the way back to San Francisco, where Lethal Protector took place and where Eddie Brock's father still lives. His father, who, might I add, has moved on from Eddie. He even has a new young son now. Eddie doesn't remember any of this because the symbiote reached into his brain and erased memories, another power that it has. Needless to say, Eddie Brock is not having a good day today, but the worst is still yet to come. You see, the symbiote's been silent during this whole conversation with the Maker, and that is because after being exposed to the fire in the previous issue, it's, well, for the lack of a better word, it's brain dead. Oh, it's still fused to Eddie's body and will still protect him in times of need, but its personality, its individuality, those have been completely scrubbed clean. Maker theorizes that the only way to get the symbiote back to normal even a little bit would be to connect it back to its ancient hive mind, but no one did that and lived, well, except for Flash Thompson, and then he died on something completely unrelated. This proves to be the last horrific piece of salt into Eddie's ever-growing wounds because he didn't even know Flash Thompson was dead until right this moment. He's also probably a little miffed too that Maker is the second person now to compare him unfavorably to Flash Thompson. Oops, guess people really did like Agent Anti-Venom more. So that was Venom issue number 7, everybody, and once again, just when I think I've seen all the tricks Donny Cates can pull out in this series, he pulls out another one and blows my mind. Using the Maker as a foe and starting him off in this book is an absolutely inspired piece of writing, and I hope to see him grow with the rest of the story. The deep dives into Eddie Brock's own continuity are always appreciated, and the promise of Eddie trying to do the impossible and trying to one-up Flash Thompson in death, that could lead to some pretty interesting stories, I think. Overall, I have to give this one an 8 out of 10. I'm really enjoying this book.